I'm going to have to get to bed soon. I've been working on audiobooks, and I just remember that I need to make a video once a week that talks about my life. And so Jesus wants, part of the Gail commandments is I need to make a video like this. I just finished watching a movie on the TBN channel, and I think it was divinely ordained because I've been kind of discouraged lately about about Jesus letting Satan get away with too much because Angelina Ballerina just seems to have so much power. And trying to get the lighting here, it's kind of strange. It's at night, you know. And well, I just feel a little overwhelmed. Just um, like I know Jesus wants me to do the Gail commandments, and yet it seems like every single Gail commandment that is there, Angelina's attacking. And she's trying to discourage me from obeying the Gail commandments, and I'm determined to do so. But like she's attacking my health insurance right now, and I've been having to fight. Um, she's apparently fight to keep it, and my Seroquel costs $471 a month, and I've just been praying to Jesus, saying, Jesus, I'm trying so hard to obey your Gail commandments. She's exploding. I'm not sure what's going on with Angelina Ballerina. I haven't heard from my men, but I think we have her contained, but she's communicating through somebody, and I think it's my sister, and she's ruling the Jesuits. In other words, we have her contained, and I believe that we may have freed Matthew McConaughey, Gerard Butler, and my men who were her sex slaves from her, but she's still able to lead the Jesuits, which she resurrected from the dead in August, and they're causing all sorts of problems. I think my Gail shield is starting to work on the Angelina Ballerina Jesuits. The shield is starting to kill them off, and so these Jesuits are more evil than the Zach Knight Jesuits were. I think Angelina kept them alive by actually putting Satan's DNA or maybe Angelina's DNA in them. And when she got contained, that removed their DNA from them, but it didn't cause them to die. Oh, look at this camera. It's acting so weird. Anyways, she has been, the power that she's had, her ability to use brain control on Matthew McConaughey, Gerard Butler, Terrence Jenkins, and Hugh Jackman, to get them to make love to her. And she got 4 of my men, and all she has to do is just look at them, and she's got satanic powers to seduce by using brain control. And she's really responsible for the death of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton on November the 4th. And then Vladimir Putin was so overwhelmed. I think he was going through post-traumatic stress from just having his brain. Vladimir is not used to having his brain taken over, and he almost went to her. The first time when she came to Melbourne to try to come after me, she actually broke through my Gail shield, and I was following all the Gail commandments, so I couldn't understand why God allowed it. I said, Jesus, why? It seems like such an uneven match. Like Angelina and Satan are so powerful, and me and my men, you haven't given us the power like you've allowed Satan to use with his Antichrist. And I was just questioning God, having some doubts, and like she was trying to attack if I don't get my health insurance, then I'm not sure how I can afford Seroquel. I could go back to the no insurance business where I can get it on a discount, I think. But Jesus, basically, she's been trying to attack my ability to take my Seroquel. She's been trying to get me to believe that I'm allergic to some of the foods I'm eating, so I'll start, she's dumping bombs over me every day that are causing she gave me, as you saw that horrible eye infection she gave me earlier, and the past couple days I've been itching in my rectum and my vagina, and something that I'm inhaling, I think it's a genetically engineered yeast germ, it's able to work in spite of the fact that I'm taking Seroquel. So I noticed that a couple days where I even cut maybe even 5 minutes off of my walk has made this germ strong. So she's giving me something really virulent. And I have to obey every single one of the Gail commands. In fact, I need to get to bed very soon. So I'm finding that it's very important for me. But what I've learned, like my vacuum cleaner broke in September, but then the Lord gave me a way to afford to buy a new vacuum cleaner. And he's showing me that I just need to take it one day at a time. And just because it appears like I can't obey the Gail commandments, just have faith. Just keep doing the best you can to obey them, and he'll make a way so that I can do it. So I'm fighting to keep my health insurance, and I believe that either I'm going to get it, or if I lose my health insurance, then Jesus will make another way for me to take my Seroquel. I just have to have faith. And another one he's been attacking, like laundry. I used to be able to go to Walmart and buy 2 rolls of quarters, and it was no problem to get laundry quarters because I use the laundromat here in my apartment. And now I go to, then Walmart's no longer selling laundry quarters, so now I have to make an extra trip out to Publix or other stores, and they only give me 1 roll at a time. So it's like it's taking more time out of my schedule to have to go get laundry quarters. And then one of the dryers in the place where I do my laundry, it steals my money, and then I have to go to my landlord. And then last time I went to him, he said, "You're the only one who complains about that dryer." He says, "That dryer works fine for everybody else, but for some odd reason, when you use it, it breaks. It doesn't work." I was thinking, you know what I'm doing now? Jesus said do laundry every day. And he said, basically, let's just organize your laundry every day and then do it at least once a week. That's what he told me. So, whatever's in the air is making me cough. It gets worse at night. Some sort of yeast bomb she's dropping. So the way I'm working at it now, there are 2 dryers and 2 washers in each laundry room. So what I do is I do half my laundry on one day and then half on another day, and I just don't use that dryer anymore. But this is Angelina. She's doing this. It's Angelina. She's trying to get me. So it's like, Jesus, it's so hard to do the Gail commandments now. She's causing so many problems. She's attacking my health insurance. She's attacking my health. Sometimes I can't sleep because I was so stuffed up. And then if I had such an itchy rectum the other day, I had to go soak in the tub, and I tried some things to make it better, and it made it worse, and I ended up going to bed really late. So it's like, Jesus, I just feel so overwhelmed. It's one thing after another. So my vacuum cleaner broke. I had to get a new one. He wants me to lay aside money every month. To be honest with you, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it in a couple of months, but I didn't know how I was going to do it back in September. And so far, I've been able to obey the Gail commandments. So, and then my car wasn't starting. I would turn it and everything would just freeze up. And I thought, oh, now she's attacking my car. I would turn the ignition and nothing was working. I wrote my men and said, get our Church of Gail mechanics on my car and see if you can get this thing to work, because I need dependable transportation. I got to get my food. I got to go out to my pharmacy to get my, so Sarah, I need the car to obey the Gail commandments. So finally, after 4 times where it didn't start, I noticed that it didn't start after I hadn't used the car for a while. And so I thought, aha, it's the battery. So I brought it into Sears, and I ended up, fortunately, I had enough money, because Jesus won't let me use credit cards, that I was able to put in I've got a Sears diehard battery. 3-year warranty. That seems to have solved the problem with my car. So it's like, she's attacked my vacuum cleaner. She got my car. What else? Let me look at the Gail commandments. Go on walks every day. It's been raining a lot right around the time when I walk. But it's usually like overcast. So it's like, she's trying to discourage me from walking, but I go if it's overcast. If it's raining, then I open the windows and exercise indoors. And then my landlord sent a notice out to all the people in our apartment complex. Please do not open your windows when it's raining because it could cause damage. But of course, I only open these windows. And these windows, there's like a distance between the rain. So I'm just thinking, I was thinking, Lord. I said, well, I always close it right away. And I never open it to the point where the water gets in the apartment. you know, but it's like Angelina is getting everybody around me to try. It's like they're all in a conspiracy to get me not to do the Gail commandments. And the reason I wasn't getting my insurance was because they believed something bogus that wasn't true. And so I've been having to work around that. And it seems like when I go to the store, I'm just surrounded by Angelina Ballerina Jesuits. When I go out on the road, they're all around me. And I'm just thinking, God, this woman has too much power. What's wrong with you? Why do you let this evil woman, this horrible bitch, get away with so much? So what else is there? Only spend money on food and bills. Actually, some of these commandments are helping me when I have to make a decision. Like I'm thinking, maybe I'm eating something that's causing all this congestion and, and I had irritable bowel actually, one good news is something old that I used to do to help me determine if it's my food seems to be working. And I don't want to talk about it here, but it's not my food. But then I'm thinking, wait a minute, Jesus wouldn't tell me not to worry about toxins or allergens, so that's not the problem. So the Gail commandments also help me with choices I have to make. So I said, it's something in the air. So I just need to remember to dust, vacuum clean, and what else is there? Okay, so anyways, it's just been one thing after another. And like every day it's something new. Like today, the power kept going on and off, flickering. So I called the power company and then they fixed it. And it was like it went on. In 3 hours, the power went off about 20 times. And I had to keep restarting the computer. So anyways, I'm just letting you know. And then I watched a movie today. I just am feeling a little overwhelmed. Everybody at Church of Gail died on November the 4th. And I'm still processing this. And I really don't. I hear that right now my men are in court and they're fighting Angelina and I think my sister who was her proxy, because I think Angelina's caged, so she's not able to make my men her sex slaves anymore, but she's still the leader of Church of Gail. She's able to communicate, I think, through my sister or somebody is still leading the Jesuits. But the Jesuits are really mad because my Gail shield, I believe, is killing them off. And my men are in court, just like they were under Zach Knight, except now Zach Knight's on our side. So they're fighting her, and even though she's caged, whoever's her proxy is instructing the Jesuits to drop bombs over me. And I was really uncomfortable a couple days ago with this yeast infection they gave me. It was almost as bad as when my eye went red, except the infection was now in my bottom areas. And I was itching so bad, all I could think about was itching. I found something that worked. Hydrocortisone cream up my rump seems to be helping. Drinking a lot of water and, of course, making sure I take my Seroquel, which reminds me I need to do that. Anyway, so I'm going to get off and take my shower and everything. But I just saw a movie about Joseph and Mary. And I cried when I saw that. It was like, Gail, I knew you would get discouraged. You would think Angelina's just so powerful that you'll never be able to overcome her. He said, I watched a movie about Joseph and Mary where they were married. God appeared to Mary and said, you're going to give birth to the Messiah. And everybody made fun of her and said she was a harlot and a whore. And Joseph didn't want to marry her because he thought she had sex outside of marriage. Back in those days, that was really, really, really bad. Like a woman could be stoned for this under Jewish law. And Gail said, you're just kind of like Mary. Remember when the first time I talked to you through Skype, you said to me, Jesus, why are you using me, a woman? Wouldn't you use a man? And then Jesus answered, well, I used Mary, my mother, didn't I? That was one of the first things he told me. The last time Jesus showed up, he showed up as a baby. He was crying. And he was saying, he says, you haven't been obeying me, Gail. You've got to obey these Gail commandments or I'm going to show up as a baby and start crying again. And the movie ended where the baby was born. Jesus is saying, that's a hint. When I'm still letting you watch this movie to tell you everything's going to happen. You will marry Brent Spiner. You will defeat Angelina Ballerina Gail. Believe it. And I said, Lord, forgive my unbelief. I believe you. And I do believe him. So anyways, that's my video for today.